Hi, I'm Will Howard, and welcome to St. Louis, Missouri, the gateway to the West. And the Gateway Arch is right behind me. The one beer that you know would be here for sure is Budweiser. It's been here since 1852, and we're standing. Courtney, come tell me what we got here. These are the
mashing tanks.
Okay, my microphone is right here.
Gotcha. These are the mashing tanks. This is step 2 of the process. Right after those grains are milled, which happens off campus, they're going to head into our mashing tanks. This is where we determine how light that brew is going to be. The longer that a brew is in these mashing tanks, the lighter it will be. After it's finished in these mashing tanks, directly below them on the floor below.
Can we pan down and take a look?
These are going to be our straining tanks.
So you're straining out
all of those grains.
Okay.
All of those grains are going to be strained out, and all those grains are actually going to be sold as cattle feed. Anheuser Busch actually started that 100 years ago, and we still use that environmentally friendly practice today.
And these tanks over, these are the brew kettles?
These are the brew kettles. They hold 640 barrels of beer. They can all do 12 brews a day for a total week, so we can actually do 72 different brews in one day.
So I think I heard you right on the tour. You said that any one time you have 200 million gallons? 200 million gallons beechwood aging. That's a lot of beer.
That's a lot of beer.
Give me a history of brewing in St. Louis.
Well, in the mid-1800s, large numbers of German immigrants arrived to this area for a variety of social, religious, and economic reasons. Now, with
Potato famine.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, with this large migration of Germans to this area, soon one of the principal industries became brewing beer. Now, these Germans, they brought with them a new style of beer to the United States called lager. Now, lager requires more time and care when brewing, and it comes from the German word lagern, meaning to rest. Now, these brewers would store their beers in wooden casks in underground caverns and caves. So we know there's many caves here in St. Louis. By the mid-1800s, there were actually more than 50 breweries in this area. Today, the only remaining brewery from that time period is Anheuser Busch.
Amazing, yes. Amazing. So this is an image of those breweries back in the 1800s?
Yeah, this is an older image of the brewery, yes.
And how many acres do you have here?
140.
It's amazing.
Yes.
How many employees do you have?
About 3,000.
So this is the largest Budweiser facility in the world?
This is the largest production-wise.
For Budweiser? For Budweiser,
yes.
Now, what did you all do, since you were started in 1852, what did you do during the 13 years of Prohibition?
During Prohibition, what we did is we obviously were not able to produce anything that had alcohol in it, so we changed over to things such as soft drinks, ice cream, and baker's yeast in order to stay alive.
Are you sure you didn't do any booze at all? Just a little
bit? There was no boozing, I guarantee.
Now, I understand, though, the president did get, this was after Prohibition or prior to Prohibition?
It was after Prohibition ended. What we did is we threw a huge party here on Pestalozzi, and we dispatched our first ever Clydesdale hitch through these very gates and off to the East Coast, delivering some of those first cases of post-Prohibition Budweiser to key political influences.
Okay, so that's where FDR?
FDR. He got one right at the White House.
Delivered by the Clydesdales? Delivered by the Clydesdales. That's very classy.
Yes, it was.
Now, is Budweiser owned by a different company now? I know that when we were in Prague, we saw Budweiser over there.
We are actually owned by the Belgian brewer InBev.
And that was sold fairly recently, right?
2008.
2000. How much did it sell for?
I do not exactly know. I believe it was around $70 per share.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
That was a great tour.
Thank you.
And it's free?
Yes, it is free.
And are you open 12 months a year?
We are open all 12 months. We're only closed 5 days a year. Now it would be Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and Thanksgiving.
And what are the operating hours?
In the summer, which is between Memorial Day and Labor Day, we are open for tours from 9 until 5. And then during our winter hours, we are open from 10 until 4 for tours.
So what products do you brew here? I mean, you saw a lot of Budweiser bottles.
Yes.
You called that the river,
the flagship brand.
Okay, the flagship brand, but as we saw the bottles moving through, you called that.
Oh, we like to call that our lazy river of beer.
Lazy river of beer, that's terrific.
Yeah.
That's good. So Budweiser, Bud Light, What are they?
We also do our Michelob brand. We brew Beck's here now. Another big brand in our portfolio, we don't brew here, but we have Stella.
Is that an import beer?
That would be an import beer, yes.
Now, when did inborn dating start? I don't remember that as being terribly long ago. Do you?
The born on date?
Born on date, yes.
Born on date. The born on date is just it makes it easier for our customers to know how long a beer is good for. We say the born on date is the date that beer was packaged. It's good for 110 days after that.
Great. Well, thank you so much for a great experience.
You're welcome.